I spent years getting better at sound design, and it actually made my tracks worse. Not because the sounds were bad, they were actually really good, but I was focusing on the wrong thing. On paper, everything made sense. The sounds were big, the presets were solid, the layers should have worked. And yet, my mix always sounded muddy, crowded, smaller than it should be. And this is where most producers get stuck, because you think the problem is the sound itself. But the issue, it's how they're working together. Sound design doesn't happen in isolation. And once you understand this, the goal stops being, can I make this amazing sound? And it becomes, how is this sound different from what I already have? Because when sounds are too similar, they don't fit, they fight. Nothing's actually broken here. They're just doing the same job. When you layer sounds with similar characteristics, same octave, same tone, same width, they don't add together, they compete. This would be like 5 people talking on top of each other in a room at the same time. Nobody gets louder, it just gets chaotic. So what works better here is going to be forcing contrast between your layers. Instead of asking, does this sound cool by itself, the better question is, how is this sound different from what's already there? Let me show you what I mean. Same sound, same notes, they just stopped competing. Now here's something important. Even when sounds aren't in the same octave, they can still clash, because octave isn't the only thing that matters. Another big difference in sounds is going to be the timbre, or wave shape. Think of this as just the nature of the sound, what it sounds like. Again, nothing is wrong here, but they're similar in character. They're trying to do the same thing. When you stack sounds that have the same timbre, same vibe, same texture, same energy, they don't really bring anything new to the table. They just blur together. It's like layering 2 colors that are almost the same. You don't get much contrast, you just get more of the same color. This is why stacking opposite sounds usually works better. Same role, same notes, but completely different nature. And suddenly they fit. Sound design isn't about stacking similar sounds. It's sounds that contrast each other. And octave and timbre are strong ways we can do that, but sounds can still fight. Not because of what they are, but because of where they sit. There's like 80% of our viewers who watch these videos that have not clicked the subscribe button. So if you like these, please hit subscribe, follow us. It helps us reach more people and help more people. Let's talk about the stereo field. A big mistake is not thinking about where your sounds sit in the stereo field. Presets tend to come wide or narrow, and we just leave them there. But stereo width should be a deliberate choice, not an accident. Again, nothing is broken here. Both of these sounds are good. They're just both sitting in the same space. The stereo field works best when there is contrast. You want some sounds that are wide, but you also want some sounds that are focused. Same sounds, same notes, different placement. When everything in the mix is wide, things sound blurry. But if you have an element that is focused, a little bit more central, the wide stuff now has something to push against. It's like framing a photo. If everything was stretched to the edge, there's no focal point. This is why leads, vocals, kicks, snares usually sound and feel better when they're central in the mix and all the supporting elements are surrounding it out wide. Remember, stereo width isn't about making everything bigger. It's about choosing what gets to be wide, but also what stays central and focused in the mix. And I hate to say this, but even when you get octave, timbre, and stereo field right, things can still sound flat. Depth is about front and back, not loud versus quiet, but close versus far. And a lot of mixes feel flat because everything is sitting up front at the same level at the same time. Nothing is technically wrong here, but there's no sense of space or depth. Everything is stacked on the same plane. When every sound feels equally close, nothing feels important. It's like if Moose was right up in your face the whole time. It's cute for about 2 seconds, and then you smell his breath, and it's a lot. Depth comes from contrast. It's some sounds up front in your face and others in the back. That separation gives the mix dimension. Same sounds, same notes, different distance. So depth isn't just reverb, it's a combination of volume, brightness, and space. Closer sounds are usually louder, brighter, drier, while further sounds are quieter, darker, and more spacious. Once you start thinking this way, you stop trying to make everything big. You start deciding what deserves to be up front and what should live behind it. Once you start choosing sounds that actually fit, something interesting happens. Your mixes get cleaner, but loudness gets harder, not easier. Because the thing holding your track back is not your limiter, it's dynamic balance. And that's what I break down next.